Hey guys, Octavio here, and in this week's video, we're unloading another container. So if you guys have seen our previous container videos, not much is different here. As you can see, ton of new parts, bunch of inventory, some R33 quarter panels back over there with all the cars. It's usually a bit of a mess, which is why we close up the shop when the container arrives, just because the warehouse is kind of small, so it gets pretty packed fairly quickly. As you can see, especially with some of the big stuff, some of the bigger body panels. But here's the inside of the container. This was a customer car. This is a GTT, very cool car. As you can see, we also got a second 34 in this container, which is pretty cool. This is the first double container we've gotten. It was honestly pretty easy to unload, being that there were two cars. If you guys haven't seen before, the way that this works is we partner with a tow truck company, and they kind of back the tow truck up to the containers you guys can see here, and we drive off. They make it really easy to do the unloading process. We honestly didn't even know that this was a service. We kind of just winged it when we got our first car sent over here last year. We called around to a few different places trying to figure out a solution for unloading, and then Tommy's Towing in Huntington Beach was like, oh yeah, we do these all the time. So we call them up for every single container, and we do highly recommend container shipping for vehicles, just because not that the port is unsafe by any means, or that, you know, something's going to happen to your vehicle at the port. It's nothing crazy, but there are cases of theft at the port. You know, there are cases of vehicles getting their radiator caps stolen, or their oil caps stolen, or gas caps even, if you have something non-OEM. So any of the fancy Nismo stuff, some of those guys at the port know what that stuff is, and, you know, sticky fingers, I guess. But as you can see, getting a vehicle shipped on a container, although a little more expensive for sure, it's much safer. Nothing's going to happen to your car. It's strapped down. Everything is secured. Obviously, we don't have to worry about any funny business with any of the rare parts that are on the car being stolen or taken off for whatever reason. It's much less worry. So, as you can see, tow truck driver takes a lot of care to make sure that we're not scraping the car when we get it off. You know, overall, it's a very smooth process. So here we are unloading some of the rest of the pieces. These bigger boxes are some of the Urus body kits that you guys pre-ordered, or that we're going to be stocking. It's really cool. You know, we've been getting a lot of inquiries about those recently. A lot of people have been like messaging us saying that they were just Googling around and they found the shop that sells Urus and nobody else stocks these. So it's always really cool to hear from customers who've never heard of us before, but finding us just by searching for Urus. We are the first shop in the US to actually stock these. We partner with Urus in Japan, and they help us out to bring the parts over here, just because they want to have some name recognition in the States now that 34s are legal. If you guys know anything about Urus, that's kind of their bread and butter. They specialize in 34. Any of you Nomu Ken fans out there know the deal. But yeah, a ton of cool parts in this container. As you guys can see, these R34 Nismo combo meters. I don't think these are up on the site just yet. We're finishing up the page for them, but stay tuned because those will be up soon. We also got some Okubo factory parts this time. I'm not sure that we're stocking these just yet. I want to say they were just pre-orders, but super high quality stuff. Ton of other pre-order pieces here, some other body kits and stuff. Alex immediately got to shipping out some of the pre-orders. These are super cool. 34 unused headlights, some new old stock. We started stocking brake pads, some ARC stuff, R32 rear quarter panel. And yeah, as you can see, it's getting filled up pretty quickly. So we'll see. But yeah, this was one of the cars that got picked up. It just left, as I'm editing this video, it left earlier today. We also got this super cool R34 sedan in. This one came in on Roro. And so when we do the cars via Roro, the new procedure, as we're kind of learning, is to take off any of the rare or OEM pieces that may have been on the car prior to shipping. So say like a car had a Nismo shift knob or like a radiator cap or something. We replace those with the OEM ones if applicable. Again, a lot of these do have the OEM stuff, and then we just ship it out separately, and the customers will get those shipped to them directly. But yeah, this is the inside of the warehouse now. Much cleaner. I think at this point the container arrived maybe like 2 weeks ago. As you can see, this center room's a little bit packed just because we did get a lot of bigger stuff in this container, and the normal warehouse side doesn't have enough space for all of that. So we're kind of just improvising at the moment, but a lot of this stuff goes pretty quickly. We're usually kind of packed like this for about a month after the container arrives, and then the stuff kind of flies off the shelves, to be completely honest. But yeah, things getting back to normal here. Thank you guys as always for watching. Feel free to reach out at info@tkgtcars.com or text us at 714-248-5287 for any inquiries that you have, and check out these links for all of our available inventory. Thanks.